Okay, right. Okay. So can I confirm that that's a coefficient of x squared, right?
Huh?
X squared, is it?
Oh, do you need to find the coefficient
Okay,
of x
out of
squared?
x. Okay, so again, he's concerned about x power 2. Remember what I said? In a binomial, they never want you to do everything, but they want you to do certain things. Now, let me show you what it means. Currently, what you're doing is, let me check for. Okay. Now, before I do something, I can change this to 1/3, 7, 6 plus 1x, 7, 3 minus 2x. Now, this is a variation. It is not necessary to it, but it is nice from my point of view. Do you like this one better
One
or your
thirty
original one better? Up to you
six.
totally.
Oh,
Oh, no,
I
no,
get
I'm sorry.
it.
I'm sorry. No, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You already did it. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. Now I understand. So you already did it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So my advice is not very good. Okay, I'm gonna ignore it. My advice is not very good because you already did something, which is this one. Now, the question is assisting you well. The question asks you to do this separately. Now, I need you to do part 2 first. I promise if you do part 2, it will become immediately useful. Do part 2 first.
What part two?
Part 2? Part 2?
There's no part
Part 2.
two.
There is part 2 we're talking about.
Oh, you mean that?
The one
Okay.
before. Yeah, yeah. I promise you it'll be immediately
Oh,
useful.
wait. I think I get it.
Okay, good, good, good. Do that
I think I know
first.
what you mean.
Okay, okay, okay. It would be great if you can figure it out yourself. That's even better. Mm, Yeah, I can see that you're doing all the patterns comfortably. Yeah, I can see. So you just
Let me
press
get my notes.
calculator, blah, blah, blah. Yep, yep, yep.
So that's just gonna be 3 power 7. It's gonna be 7 C1 times 3 power 6 times -2 or
Agree with that.
negative.
Agree that. Oops.
And then 7 C2 times 3 power 5 times -2. Wait, that's wrong. Wait. 7 C2 times 3 power 5 times -2 power 2. And the x is also square, but like, it's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see it.
I almost forgot. It's in the bracket so that -2 has to be positive. 2 0 4 1 2 x squared. Then just yeah.
Okay. Now you're doing very well. You said that you get what I mean. Well, what do you get?
Well, I noticed that these two is like literally this part.
True, true. And the one that you did is gonna be very useful. Now the question is how,
The x squared is over here.
correct?
Isn't it just times those two?
Oh, then you'll be wrong lah. Now. Okay, now let me explain. Let me explain. Now, hear this carefully, okay? The point of binomial has always been to choose what we need. That means you don't do everything, you do what you need. Now, in the case of this thing, do you understand? This currently times that, right? If you do everything, you'll get 9 rainbows. What do I mean by 9 rainbows? Check this out. This guy will have 1, 2, and 3 rainbow, correct? That's the rainbows lah, correct or not? Okay, the other guy will also have 1, 2, and then 3, right? And then lastly, the last guy also have 1, 2, 3. Do you understand what I'm saying so far? 9
Yeah.
rainbows. If you do 9 rainbows, you don't understand what they want. They don't want you to do 9. It's a waste of time. It's
Do
a
you
waste of
mean like
effort.
this one and this one and this one and this one is like gonna be the one?
Okay, so let me check it very carefully. So to you, it should be obvious that this guy is not necessary at all because it doesn't give you x squared. Do you understand? That
Yeah.
is not necessary. This one is not necessary. This one is because it obviously gives you x squared. So you do that. You
Yeah.
immediately just skip the rest. Now let's check. For the second one, is this necessary or not? Will that give you x squared?
Hmm?
Yes or no? For the
This
blue one?
one, no.
No. And then the second one? The second blue?
Yeah.
Yes. And then the third blue? No, right? No. Okay, now yellow. You cross it yourself. You cross and check yes or no, yes, no, yes, no. Just make sure, if there is, you don't miss that. Okay.
And then for the yellow, I'll do
Yellow
myself.
one, which one? Mm-hmm.
This one, yeah. This one, no. This one,
And the other one,
yeah.
no.
Wait.
No, no,
Am I?
no,
Wait.
no. Of course not.
I'm thinking the wrong thing.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You're gonna skip everything except for those 3. That's the essence of the question.
Wait.
Do
If I
those
remember
3.
correctly, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
always in this rainbows. There's 7 terms, so it should be like there should be like 7, right?
8 lah. Come on, 8 lah. You're not an amateur. 8,
There's
8,
like
8.
there should be around. I'm saying like numbers examples. So I just don't even care what it's called. Are these
Okay,
right?
sure. Mm-hmm.
Which means there should be some duplicates.
No, there are no duplicates. No,
Oh wait,
no.
is it? Oh,
The
is it only just the coefficient is the same,
symmetry
not
is
the x, not the power?
the coefficient is also not the same. You're mistaken. The 7c, the 7c is symmetrical, the triangle, but the coefficient is not just the 7c, ma. The coefficient also includes 2 power 7, 2 power 6. Those things are not symmetrical. So the coefficient are not symmetrical. Be careful. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, wait,
But the
where in the
seven
textbook?
C's are.
Then where in the textbook does it say?
I don't think the textbook even explained to you the pattern very well, right? I have to explain, or rather, we have to talk about it. But no, the coefficient are not symmetrical. Only the 7 C's are.
Okay, so like, there's no duplicates at all. There'll never be duplicates.
Very rarely. Don't count on it. In that sense, don't count on it.
Yeah. So those 3, and then it should just be plus each other after that.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
just immediately jump to those 3. Just immediately.
Okay,
They don't.
let me write it down.
Mhm.
I'll write it down. Like I'm not writing it down. Just
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
one.
Yeah, yeah,
Then the
yeah,
blue
yeah.
one is in 448 over 3x
Yeah, 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 yeah.
times negative
Mhm.
0 to
Very good. The
3x.
negative is there. Good.
Then the 2 to 4 3x squared times 2187. Like that.
I think the last one is also correct. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
And then,
and also wait, so that I'll just to make it cleaner, I'll do this.
sure.
Yeah, correctly. My bio exam will be next Tuesday. So Monday is actually really nice.
Let's talk about it. I have no doubt that you have prepared. Just ask.
Okay. 128 times 20412 261 2736. Up. This has to be a plus in the middle here. I don't know why I left it out. Teacher. Right? Teacher.
Sorry, I was disconnected. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think I
Right.
made a mistake, but I corrected it. There should be plus in between here, right?
There should be, of course, of course. Does it make sense? There should be. Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
128 times 20412 x squared plus 448 over 3 times negative 10206. 448 over 3 times negative 10206. And that is negative 1524096 x squared. Last one. Oh my god. 224 over 3 times 218. 224 over 3 times 2187. And
Okay.
then it should be got it.
Okay. Congratulations, Nicholas. You seem to understand this very well. Yeah. Very easy. You already understood what the question essentially wants, which is to choose. Hey, just do what I want, something like that. The question is just saying, I want this, just do that.
1936. Yeah.
Okay. You will encounter this almost in every question. Just do what I want. Basically, the question is saying. All right. And if they have no question, I'm very happy to try other variations with you. The variation that you see just now is already considered an easy exam question. Just now was like a 3 or 4 marks easy exam question.
It is 6 marks because there's 3
No,
parts.
in exam, it won't be 6 marks.
I mean, there's 3 parts. There's A part 1, A part 2, and B.
No, it doesn't. It is not worth 6 marks in exam. That's worth like 3 or 4. Still very good. 3 or 4 is very good.
Okay, so how much questions you want to do? Like 2?
At least 2 more, because all of them will appear. You will be able to learn something from all of them. At this point, I think you are very ready to learn. No, it's worth something.
Given that the first 3 terms, the expansion of 2,
Give it to me.
Question 5. This is only the first part. Just still second
That's
part.
very easy, right? So that's very easy. Show me the second part. Show me the second part. Okay, you see that there's an N there, right? So the N questions are always like harder one. Okay. I think all the leftover questions are the N question. Oh, this is not an N question. The N, not N question. No, the other one. The previous question is an N question. Previous question. Show me. Previous one. No. Where's the previous one? I thought there's an N question before that one. Maybe question 3 is an N question.
There is no. Oh yeah, there is.
Okay, maybe you try that first. Okay, I would prefer that we try the N question first so that you kind of understand what's going on.
N question, then might as well do the last question. Rather than simplify in terms of N, the first 5 terms in expansion of 5 minus.
Can also.
How about you do 3 questions?
As long as we 3 is fine. I'm still very happy with the variation here. I think the questions are worth it. So you can choose 3. As long as we have all the n questions, you can choose one more. No problem. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now, but how about can I squeeze all these 3 questions into the last spot?
I mean, sure, give it a try.
And I mean that. I mean just literally, you know. Okay, then I squeezed it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, okay. I'll delete 1 or 2 pages for you lah. Easy ones. Okay, I'll delete 1. I'll make a rule, right? Okay, that's good. Okay, the more one I'll delete. Okay, we'll talk about it in the new gem, but I have 2 more. Okay, good. Go and start doing whichever you want. Right? Let's cover all of this. Let's try.
Let's do question 4, because like you said you wanted,
Sure. Don't mind. Okay, I'll arrange. You don't arrange, I'll arrange. Okay. Do it. Okay. Now, there is an n, so what do you do lah, right? What do you do? Okay. He already say from the start, only do the x squared and x cubed. Only do that, right? Correct. That's the only thing you. So you do that. You're immediately choosing the x squared and the x cubed, right? This will still rely on your pattern, 7C something or 8C something. The difference is right now, you don't have a number, you only have an n. So you just have to write NC something. Does that make any sense?
You like NCR and stuff.
NC. But make sure it's not R, I don't want too many unknowns. Just
NC0.
NC0, NC1, NC2. You gotta
Isn't it
decide.
like a very, very easy? If the first term is 1, that just means that the first one is 1. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, but just do first. Because you have enough knowledge. You just have to experience it lah.
Yeah, NC, that's 1. Yeah, obviously. Then it's gonna be N minus 0. And it's gonna be a KX. We don't know that. 0. Wait. Yeah. Then that's gonna be NC1, 1, N minus 1, KX.
Okay, good. You got something there. Yeah, you got something there. Yeah.
N 2, 1, N minus 1, N minus 2, KX2 plus NC3, 1, N minus 3, KX3 plus dot. This will be 1 plus AX plus BX squared plus BX3 plus dot. So I know that is 1, obviously. It's not from.
Yeah. So that's great.
Then,
so that's kind of useless in that sense. So we kind of just ignore that, right? It's good to know.
So we know that this one and this one, the coefficient is practically the same.
They are not the same. They're not the same.
No, is it B?
Yeah. Correct. So they're not practically the same. The question tells you that they're the same, so you can equate them lah. Go ahead and equate the coefficient for now.
As in everything except for this, right? You mean like NC2 1 n minus 2 is
Yeah.
equal to NC3 1.
And you're missing somebody. You already missed somebody in your coefficient. Be careful.
This one?
You're better than that. Yeah. Aren't the
I
k
thought that would be
square,
different because it's x squared.
hello? K square, is that part of the coefficient or not?
Oh
Yes or no?
yeah.
Yes, you
So
have
that's
more.
everything except for the x, right?
Yeah. Again, you should have more experience than this, right? You should.
Okay. That is very big. That's big. So I just
Okay,
basically
good. Now,
move
now,
it all.
now, the one. Now, let's look at it. There's nothing you can do with the k for now. The one power you can immediately consider it to be just equal to one,
Yeah.
because one power everything is just one, so that's nice, right? All these things are nice. So yep, making it simple. Okay, if you really want, you can simplify the k square and the k cube. If you want, go ahead and do it.
Can you just do it? Oh my. Okay. Can I get more question tape?
Sure thing, sure. Galing gak ada snack malam. Bisa ya? Oke. How is it, Nicholas?
I'm eating a little of fruit. Wait, let me.
Okay.
See, technically, it's always gonna be one. I might just do NC2 case 2.
Might as well simplify the k then, right? Might as well,
I like
right?
the bracket there. I like the bracket there.
I don't think so. It's only one thing, so not bracketing it is fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, nice. Okay. All right. Okay. Now simplifying the k.
Can you repeat what you said?
Simplify the k, please. That's a simple thing to do.
Simplify.
The K, the K. Cancel the K, draw the K. Anything.
I'm drinking, just so you know. Door, as in just cancel.
Yeah, cancel, okay.
Like this, right?
Yeah, divide by K square. Yeah, good. Now look at the answer key. You are definitely close to the answer, right?
Okay, wait. Just to reassure, right? When I divide by K square, it does not affect the NC2, right?
Because it's a
NC3.
times relationship, yes, it does. If you want to be certain, I can show you more. It is a good question.
Yeah, okay, this is true.
Okay? But if you're okay, then you are right. You're right. Okay, so
So
far so
that's
good, yeah?
just simply, if it's in a times relationship, I can just select which one I want to cancel. Don't need
You
to
can.
cancel all of it.
And you can only select one anyway. So put it another way, like only one.
But if it's in a
Right.
plus relationship, you have to do everything.
Everything, no matter 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, it has to be everything. Okay, good.
So
Good.
NC2 is equal to
Now,
NC3K.
okay, right? So now how to deal with NC2 and NC3 basically. This is the specialty of N question. N question, you have to deal with NC2 and NC3 manually. Usually, you never have to deal with it. Just press calculator, ma. Make sense or not?
Yeah.
Now it has to be done manually. Now let me show you. Remember what I said to you? For example, 7C2 is equal to 7 factorial over 5 factorial, 2 factorial. Remember that? That was the manual way of doing things. Remember?
Yeah.
So now NC2 is definitely n factorial over 2 factorial n minus 2 factorial. That's just in the same way. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, and now the kicker. The most important thing is the way we deal with this one. For example, slash slash 7 times 6, correct? That's what I told you. That's how I teach you, correct or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so now look at me slash slash. So you think carefully, yeah? Correct or not, yeah? Slash slash, I will get n times n minus 1. That I will get, correct or not?
Wait. Huh?
Slowly
Slash
digest
the
this,
N,
please.
and then you slash everything. Oh wait, you can slash everything because technically it's all a multiplier, right? Like you need to.
Yeah, it's just something, 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 something. I'm just slashing.
Because
it,
the basic this exclamation mark just means like.
5 times blah, 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 blah. But you usually go backward, okay? You usually go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Wait,
just to make it
but if
easy.
it's like this, right?
Mhm.
It should be 1 times 2, 1 times 2, right? Not 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2.
No, it's times. Times. So it's all times, which kind of makes it easier.
Yeah.
Okay, now do you understand the slash? The slash is extremely important. You don't get the slash, you don't get it.
So I slash N and I slash N
N
minus
minus 2.
2. How does
And
it
I'm left
become
with
N?
n times n minus 1.
How does it happen?
Okay, again, let me show you from the top example. So 7 over 5, right? 7 factorial over factorial is, look at it, 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 dot dot dot. Correct? Over, this is 5 times 4 dot dot dot. Correct? Slash
Yeah.
slash. That's how the slash works. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now n factorial over n minus 2 factorial, right? You will expand it in your mind or on the paper, doesn't matter. N times n minus 1 times n minus 2 times dot dot dot. Make sense? Correct?
Yeah.
And then this is n minus 2 times dot dot dot. Make sense?
Yeah.
Slash slash. That's the slash. That's the important thing.
Then how about oh, no wonder you didn't slash the 2 factorial.
No, I don't. The 2 factorial stays there, but that's easy one. That's just 2 ma. Who cares, right? If you understand this,
But the
you
difference
handle NC3.
okay.
Handle NC3.
Okay. Let
Okay,
me
that's
write for
it.
NC2 real quick.
Of course. Oh, no. Real slow. It's fine. This is new. Okay, it's very important.
I'll write without the conversion so I can actually understand first. And then
Oh,
I can
please
cancel it.
do. This is the right thing to do. Your teacher is basically throwing you all the variations. I doubt that he has taught you this. There's no way that this has been taught one. Okay? This takes a lot of time to teach properly. Lah. You take it slow.
NC3
Okay?
K. The K should be outside, right? Yeah.
The K, who cares? Like, don't care about the K. If you're caring about the K right now, you're not learning. Just learn the NC2 and the NC3 first. Okay? You gotta slash it properly. The NC3, you gotta slash properly. Okay?
By the way, just it's n minus 2 because it's a 2, right? That minus 2 because it's total up into n, technically.
Something like that, because of the manual way of doing things, right? 752,
And then like this, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct there. Now you're put a
Can I
K
say
there.
times K just like at the
Of
end?
course, of course, of course. You know, because that's correct.
Then this one I cancel. This one it's n times n minus 1 times n minus 2. The 3 is just there. Okay, I got it correct. So now what do I do? Let me convert first.
Okay. Now, if you expand it, you're doing a very amateurish way of doing things. If you expand n times n minus 1, you are doing it amateurishly. People who just want to do will do so. You need to be more experienced and more mature than that. You need to cancel. There are so much opportunity to cancel here. Do not expand in any way. Like, seriously, don't. Cancel the remaining stuff is very important.
How do I cancel?
Look at the left and look at the right, of course.
But I can't cancel them in the same like top.
How can you can just door, man? Yeah, just door.
I can literally just say divide by n minus 1 and it can just work.
Divide by n also can, right? First thing first, you can cancel the n, right? You can cancel the n.
Okay, let me check on my calculator.
Sure.
Yeah, it does only multiply the top if I divide. Wait.
Yeah. So how?
Wait. Yeah. Okay.
Understand? Yeah. So do
Divide
the
by
cancellation.
this and you have this. Then let me guess for the bottom as well.
The bottom should be able to be cancelled also because you just times 2 times 1. Okay. All that opportunity must be taken because that's a more mature way of doing things.
I'm finding my calculator. So the bottom works, right? So how do
Just
I
a
do
minute,
for the bottom? Oh, it's times. It's times.
Times.
For the bottom, it's times.
Just
Mm-hmm. So, actually, yeah. Teacher.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing a very good job, isn't it? You are really doing it correctly. You're canceling everything possible. Everything possible you have done. Now look at the answer key. Look at the answer key. Are you close or are you far?
I think I'm quite close.
Very close. And you are very correct also. I'll just give you that first, right? So
Can I times 3?
of course you can door times 3, right? Of course. Of course.
Wait. You said it is a times. You can. It doesn't need to. So
The bracket is necessary though. Just saying the bracket is necessary. Bracket n minus 2. N minus 2 needs to have a bracket. Okay,
okay, wait.
then k lah.
If what you said right about the times relationship is true, this should just stay as k, not 3k.
Correct. Of course. No, of course not. Of course. Only one. And I mean, isn't that the answer key?
Like that, right?
It is, yeah, correct. Correct. And for double confirmation, the answer key says that you're correct.
Yeah, but I definitely cannot just do the answers.
You are absolutely correct. I like your spirit.
It is correct though.
Yeah.
The answer is correct. So
You are
now
correct.
how do
You get it.
I need to now
Yeah.
3
Part
is
B
equal
is
to n
easier.
minus 2.
Yeah, part B is easier, okay? Let's go to part B.
Wait, no, wait. Should it? Oh, wait. Huh. Wait. Wait.
Give me a minute.
Give me a minute. Let me just do this. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now, how can you deal with B? Okay, the new thing is in part A. Part A, you're learning a lot of new things. Good. Now, how about part B?
Right.
I think you're doing the right thing. What is it for? Oh yeah, because A is for. Yeah, I think you're doing the right thing. I'll leave it to you then.
So obviously the one is just gonna be there. So just NC1 times KX
Okay,
or X.
so do it.
Let me do something.
Are you stuck?
Okay, teacher. Can I do this? Right, because KX technically is just K times X. Can I just technically be this?
No, of course. No, of course. Sure.
Then like I just do this.
Of course. No, that's totally fine. That is what you need to do, yes. And that's totally fine. And I don't see you handling the NC1. I'm still not seeing you handling the NC1.
don't
I'm
know
still
how to
waiting
handle
for
this.
you to handle NC1. What do you mean?
Oh
You have
wait.
learned
Oh wait,
you have
yeah.
learned how to
I know
handle
how
it.
to
Hello,
handle
hello.
NC1. What am I
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, it's a new thing and it's a useful thing, blah blah blah, right?
It's just wow, it's just one.
Yeah, and then come on. Nice. And then I expect you to do the cancellation, right? Good. Okay. Anything else?
Just one. I can't. It's just one.
Yeah,
So
correct. Which is nice. Nice, right? Nice, which is nice. And then don't forget the K. Come on, don't forget the k. Yeah, okay. Okay,
It's just gonna
now
be
you
4n times
correct.
k.
Good, good. Now you're handling the NC1. I like it. When you handle the NC1, the C disappear, which is nice. When you handle the NC2, the C disappear. You get what I mean? It's nice. Now look at your result. Your result is one equation, how many unknowns?
2.
Good. Can you solve it?
I mean, with
Can you
this,
solve one equation to unknown? Can or not?
no,
Is it your problem or is it the world's problem?
mine.
No, it's not your problem. That's where you're mistaken. Nobody can solve one equation to unknown. Nobody.
But it's
Not me,
multiply.
not professor, not your
Now about
teacher.
this one, I can use this.
Correct. Exactly. Two equations to unknown. Precisely. You are correct.
But
Understand?
then, but this is 3 equal n minus 2k. Can I make it
Who
so that like,
cares? You can do it. You can do something about this too. You can do something about this too. You are right. You should.
yeah, just
Remember?
technically make it. So this one is like minus
Mhm.
1, so it's 3 equal n times k minus 1.
I think you're making it much more complicated. Although, like the point is this, you don't get the point yet. The point is two equation, two unknown must become one equation, one unknown. It must become one unknown,
It means I have to sub in technically, right?
which is not difficult to do with your level of ability. It's easy to, very easy to. That's the point. Eliminating three doesn't help.
So it's
Eliminating three doesn't
n
help.
times k. If I want to sub in, I need to make one of them the
Subject,
the
subject,
what's it
the
called? Subject,
subject,
subject.
subject. Yeah, do it, do it. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
Do
It's a good
I
thing.
do this on subject? I mean, looks easier. Just yeah.
You gotta decide. That one, I'll leave it to your experience. But hopefully, by experience, you can decide better, lah. Right? You decide.
How do I make it into a subject? So there's an n
Door,
times.
door, door, door is the answer.
I definitely think it should be k because it's no door. So I just divide by k.
Yeah, 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 that works, right? I mean, that works. Right? Door, door is always useful, right? That's door, door. That's the thing you need. Okay, so you make it end the subject, right? If you're happy,
Oh
you
wait,
use
yeah.
it. You just use it.
I'll make k the subject. It'll make it easier for me.
You want to make n the subject. Well, totally your decision.
K
Totally.
equals 4 over n because it's divided, so 4 is
Oh,
over
sure,
n.
sure.
Wait,
Nice, nice.
if
Sure,
I
sure.
switch this to be n times k equal 4, and then if I make divide by
Mm-hmm.
n, it'll be 4 over n,
Mm-hmm.
so it's gonna be k equal 4 over
Mm-hmm.
n, yeah. So then if I
Mm-hmm.
sub k equal 4 n, eh, it's raining so heavy. Sub k equal 4 n, 3
Mm-hmm.
equal n minus 2, 4 n.
All right. You have one equation and one unknown. It is now solvable. Congratulations. Now, how do
Well,
you solve it? Mm-hmm.
conveniently it's an n here,
Mm-hmm.
so it should just be 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's a minus. But it's
Hey,
on
what are you talking
top, so
about?
it should
How
just
come
be
it's four? How come it's four? What's going on? I thought you did a door times n, right? That's basically what you did, ma. So 3n on the left hand side, right? Door times n. Correct or not?
huh?
How did you get 3n on the left hand side?
Huh? How did I get 3 on that?
Oh, I thought you were doing the right thing. Turns out you're confused. Well, turns out that you're confused. Okay, four. Then four. Sure. Four. Four is fine.
Wait. Oh wait. No, you got me confused.
Think about it.
If I times everything by n, this will be a 4. So I almost forgot about the multiplication rule. Right. Teacher.
Hmm?
I almost
Oh, I
forgot
like
about
this door. No,
I
I
almost
like this
forgot about the
door.
multiplication rule. But like,
Yeah, don't call it a rule. It's just door, right? Oh,
I
the rule
almost
thing. Okay, right. The one that affects
I almost
everybody.
forgot about the relationship or
Right.
multiplication. So it's a habit, right? When I
Mm-hmm.
say I have to times all of it. So
Yeah,
just
yeah, 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 yeah. This one you do have to lah. You do have to, if that makes sense, right?
oh, that's easy.
Okay,
Just
that
wait, let
seems
me
very
do a
easy.
little image. Switch it around is 4n minus 8 equal 3n. This is gonna be n equal 8.
And I mean, according to the answer key, you are correct because we don't have any way to confirm lah. That's the weakness of binomial question. You cannot confirm it.
And conveniently, because
Congratulations.
k is equal to 4, 8, I can just say sub n equal
Yeah,
8
yeah,
and
yeah,
k
yeah.
equal 4 over 8 and k is equal to 12. Yay! I got it.
Yep.
And
Congratulations. This
for
is a very important first question of N. Do you understand this question?
I understand.
Yeah, very good. You can choose the next question. You're doing very well.
5.
Now, 5A, very easy. Leave it to you.
I think it's quite hard. I don't know.
Nah, the moment the moment you see one is easy. One is never hard, Never.
Hmm. I want to write 6 and write 0. N minus r is here. So that should be. Why do you keep accidentally writing like I'm not? 6, that's n r. That should be n minus r. That should be r. That's correct. It's correct. Okay, then it's plus. Well, that's just gonna be 1 power 6, which is just 1 plus.
Okay, nothing complicated. This is like 3x.
6 times 1 times that's negative x2, which if I make it to negative x, wait, that means it should be negative x2 minus 1.
You're making it unnecessarily complicated. Just simplify with 6.
What?
You are right to do this, and yet you're not combining, the 2 with the 6. You're making this unnecessarily complicated.
Wait, that means can I just like times it all?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you should, right? If you think about it, the over 2 is part of the coefficient. If you think about it, it's not part of x, it's part of the coefficient. Again, does that make sense?
Yeah, okay, wait.
Yeah, and you should combine it. You must combine it.
Yeah, okay. So if I do that, I'll just do this lah. It's still fine. I can understand
Yeah.
this.
Just easier, right? And then just cancel it, and then you're happy. You're gonna be happy.
Because like it's multiply, so it should work.
Correct. Cancel.
If it's in a bracket, it's like contained in there, right? Technically.
Yeah. Cancel. I want to see the cancellation. I want to see the thank you very much.
So
Yes,
like
that's it.
if it's in a
That's it.
bracket, it doesn't like
Mhm.
times everything because of plus out here, right? And times anything in the bracket only.
Correct. The times relationship here is closer than the plus, lah, so to speak. So they kind of just, they kind of just happily, combine lah with each other.
6C2 as in 15 times. I wonder. I think it's 1. I forget.
One is great. And then now the square. Careful. Be careful. Dealing with the square. Please be careful. Deal with it
It's gonna
properly.
X both of them, so it's gonna be 4.
And you make one mistake.
And
one
also, it's
important
not gonna
mistake.
be. It's gonna be this.
Very good. Very good. Now you're a bit mature. Yeah. I can see
And you can't
some.
really.
So it doesn't matter. Leave it at 15/4, right? Your aim.
So just be 1 plus
Yep.
negative 3.
Today your correction pen is cooperating.
I like it. And that should be 15 times 1 times 1.5, 1/4. 15 times 1 times quarter, which should just be 3.75 x squared.
Okay lah. Yeah, okay lah. Okay. Can also lah. Can. Right. Should work. Okay, so far so good lah. Usually this is in exam. This is usually 2 marks. A good 2 marks, right? Okay. Part B. Now,
given the first 3 terms in expansion of 2 plus ax. Since it's part B, I have a weird feeling that should be slightly related to the first part.
the 7, yeah. In fact, this is slightly easier than that. This is slightly easier. The point stays the same. You got to do some choices. Right? So let me ask you.
3 terms in expansion of 2 plus ax. Can I just basically just write this part, like bracket, and then put
you
a
should
bracket?
replace it. Yeah, you should replace the binomial with this one, right? You should.
Wait, let me write that.
Okay, replacing it with the bar. Yeah, it's a good idea. Wait, let me see. Stop. Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Now, how many rainbows?
Let me make sure that I.
Of course.
Okay, let me. 1 minus 3x plus 3.75 x squared 3.75 x squared plus yeah.
So how many rainbows are here? How many in total? 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, however, they never want you to do 6. They just want you to do selected ones. They kind of tell you what they want. So which rainbow do you need to do? You need to do the x square rainbow, true. You also need to do the x rainbow because they declare that they want, right? They also want that. You also need to do the two rainbow, which is already obvious, so doesn't matter lah.
I'll just like a do little marking.
So you do that, okay, and then you immediately just write down 2 below. It's okay one. Rainbow, they don't really care about the rainbow. It's for us. That's our benefit, the rainbow.
My pen is run out.
Okay. So 2 is done, right? Nothing fancy lah, right? 2 is done.
Let me get another pen.
Sure.
Shit. Can you help me try it? Yeah. Okay. Then it should be negative 3x.
Again, the negative 3x, where does it come from? You must see the appropriate rainbow and you must rainbow it for yourself. Rainbow it for yourself, please.
As there is already a negative 3x, however, it won't be able to get negative 3x this.
And because you have not chosen the appropriate rainbows, there can be more than one, right?
How about
There can be more than one. Correct or not?
How about
There can be more than one.
this and this?
Yeah. Don't you think there are two? And you're correct.
Wait.
So,
How about this one? You know,
okay, you do that, and then you do that, right? Do that.
this.
Plus AX. Yeah. I agree with you. Those are the two rainbows. I agree. So you must do them.
Okay. Then it's 3 over 2 x squared. I already have a slight decimal, which means I need this part in order to get another x squared. Because I need
Do
3
the
each.
X1. Look, do the X1 first. Do that. I promise you, doing the X only already give you something very nice. Okay, plus. Okay. Now you stop there for what? You stop there for a while. Do you understand that AX minus 6X is equal to minus 3X?
Yeah.
Okay, then you do that first. You do that first before dealing with the X squared.
Instead of writing x, can I try a minus 6 equal to
Sure. You can do that immediately. They wouldn't care too much. Yeah,
I mean, technically, I can
would.
just do this and just like divide the x, all of it away.
Yeah, they don't even care about that one. They're kind of like they
Oh,
know that
wow.
you know lah, right?
I already have it. Woo!
Correct. So in this case, you don't have to do the X squared too much. You don't have to. You can, but you don't have to.
I'll finish it because I feel like a teacher wants me to get up all day.
Because in exam questions, they usually also want that. So it's fair. Let's finish it.
So I already have 3.75. And obviously to get this, I'll need another x squared. So
Okay.
I do this part
Okay, sure.
and
That's nice.
this part.
I like that. Sure.
So that should just be negative 3x squared plus 7.5x squared. And then if 3, okay, wait, this should be correct. Yeah, negative 3,
Yeah.
2.
And
that is.
if you do this in exam, you're very happy. You know that you're correct, look. Good job.
Well, can I have a break?
Yes, of course.
Hello, teacher.
Yes, Nicholas, I can hear you. I believe we have the question 6, right? Okay. Question 6 is not, it's just another variation. It would be very nice if you could complete it.
So let's see.
Ini aja. Okay, shall we start?
Yeah.
6A is the first time you see ascending again. So please take note of that. Okay, please take note.
Well, all the different ones we've been doing same thing, even ascending. So like
So
same
hopefully
thing.
you're correct lah. Hopefully.
It better be. Anyways, it's n.
And so it's slightly, slightly more troublesome than usual. Slightly only.
5 and minus 0 minus 2x 0.
Okay.
I wrote it to no space.
Itu deh. Okay, nothing difficult, right?
Okay. NCO 5 n minus
Are
4.
you certain that this is ascending? Just by writing 2, you should know already. Just by writing 2.
It should be ascending.
Yeah. You should make sure before writing more than 2. I hope that makes some sense.
It should be ascending, right? Because of this little pile.
I will leave it to you. I will pretend I didn't see anything. Right.
Yeah, because x here, ascending, is a coefficient. I mean, it's the x is 1. And if I make it
The first one?
the
The
third
first
term,
one? The
it's
first
0.
one?
So
Good.
it's no.
Good. Yeah, easy to see. You're correct. You should be able to see it. Okay, all the patterns are working, right? I'm glad. I mean, I guess I'm glad your teacher is teaching it in this way lah.
So 5, right? So it's
Okay,
1,
good.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And the reason why it's 5 because
Because it starts from 0. That's 4 here.
correct. And then yeah, so
And then this should be ascending orders.
I think you keep it like this. I'm going to keep it like this. There's no point in expanding too much because the n causes it to be it limits in what you can do, right? The
Can we say
n
write down
always
and
complicate things.
simplify?
It is, but I want you to focus on B first, and then you can do whatever you want to A, because B is where where they want you to focus on. Please focus
Given
on
that the
B first.
ratio of the coefficient of x squared to that of x4 is 25, 24.
I want you to focus on that.
The ratio of the coefficient of x squared. So that should be this one.
Okay. Give me a minute, yeah? You do things first.
Now you want to go me.
Are you? Oh, no. Wait, what? Ayo, why you do such an amateur mistake? Hey, come on, come on, come on. Okay, let's look at the Jamboard, the next page. Oh, wait, no, the last page, the last page. Last page, yeah? So, okay, I think you're doing a very amateurish mistake. Okay, you're a math student, you must be aware of this kind of thing.
But
Okay?
is this top part at least correct?
I mean, the fraction is fine. I like your fraction a lot. And then you do something silly, like you equate the numerator with the numerator, but that's not how it works. And again, you're not being mature here. You don't cancel. You don't look for the opportunity to cancel. You should look for it. You're also not dealing with the NC. I
Yeah, okay,
think
not.
you want to do
Wait,
all that.
teacher,
You want to do all that.
teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's a, even though this is multiplying, there's a power up here. So then can I still divide the 5 here and put this one cancel here?
You're not canceling with the better thing. It's better to cancel with the guy on top. In this case, I think it's better to do that, or to combine them even
So like
better.
I can cancel this part and this part, and this one
You
can just be,
you
then
can,
this one
but
will
how
be,
to?
what's it called? 5 minus 2.
And that would be wrong. So you try first. You try first. This is slightly harder, but you try
Wait.
first.
I can test this out. I can test this
Can,
out.
yeah, that's what I teach you. Just test lah.
I will
Go
do
ahead.
power, since it's on top, power 2. Then divide, because it's
Why
divide.
2? Maybe 7, maybe bigger, maybe easier.
Okay, that's 7. Then I test it out for a divide, because 25, which is just, yeah. Yes.
So,
It's only the power that would be
correct.
So I can cancel this power and make this into negative 2.
You can do that, or you just make the top one 2. Which one's better?
Huh?
Okay, you do what you want first. Sorry, I might be confusing you, so you do what you want first. Let's see whether you're correct or not.
Wait. Mm. Okay, teacher. If the powers are both negative, right? If the powers are both negative, why does it? Okay, look at it.
Okay, I mean, you can definitely test it with the negative. Actually, I like it a lot, lah. But does it help if you pretend the n is 7, for example, so that everything becomes positive? That might clear things up, I guess. Like, let's pretend that the n is 7. So 7 minus 2 power 5, lah, right? 5 power 5 divided by 5 power 3. Does it help? Pretend for a while, lah. Pretend for a while.
So this on top, if it's 7, this will be power 5.
5, lah.
This will be
Yeah.
power 3.
Yeah. Does it help if you think about it that way? I mean, the
So-
minus kind of makes it confusing, right?
If this, so that means this should be power 2, shouldn't it?
You're wrong. How can 5 power 5 divided by 5 power 3
Wait,
have a leftover on the bottom? That doesn't make sense.
5 power 5. Oh,
Divided by
it's
5
on top.
power
It's on
3.
top.
It's on
So
top,
it's
yeah.
2 on top.
Yeah, and what happens at the bottom? I want
It
to be very
becomes
clear.
1.
Nothing. If you say it's 5 power 1, you're wrong again. The whole thing is gone. If you like the whole thing is gone. Yeah, something like that. So,
No, then this part should be the same exact thing. One should.
but now there's a power 2 and power 4 lah. So you gotta think about that.
Let's cancel this one, and I made this.
Sure. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, okay, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, now you're being mature. Now you just have to deal with the NC lah, which you know how to do it.
Yeah, but then it's gonna be complicated. So I will do like a
Just
different.
separately. Yeah, yes. Separating, they really don't mind that at all. They kind of like it. They don't mind.
N minus 2 cancel. 2 minus n times n minus 1. This one should be longer than thingy. Wait, let me see. Okay. And this is literally, so it's gonna be n square minus n, right?
N square.
It's n times n.
Again, expanding. Let me check. Yeah, is it good? Yeah. Again, expanding is a bit amateurish.
Wait, what am I doing?
Expanding is amateurish. I think you better cancel as much as you can. Expanding is amateurish.
There's no other things to expand.
There is no other thing to cancel. Yes, there is. There are definitely things to cancel.
N times n minus 1 with a
look at the question. Look at the question. The question provides you with opportunity to cancel further. Take it. If not, you're making binomial unnecessarily hard.
I don't know.
Put it in the question. Do not expand. Put in the question and then look for opportunity to cancel.
What?
Put it in the question and look for opportunity to cancel.
What do you mean by put it in the question?
The question contains NC2 and NC4.
Yeah.
So put it there and look for opportunity to cancel.
Wait, what question? The question has no NC20 point.
Aduh, your first line contains NC2 and NC4, right? The fraction. The fraction contains NC2 and NC4.
Yeah.
So put your result there and then look for cancellation opportunity.
With an N.
Dang it, why so difficult one?
There's no canceling opportunities, teacher. I don't know what you're looking at.
Okay, you expand now. Then you can go and expand the n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 times n minus 3. You go ahead and expand it. If you want to make binomial unnecessarily difficult, go and do it.
Oh, over here, nothing. Over here, nothing. Over here, nothing.
Too
Over
bad for
here,
you. You gotta
nothing.
expand n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. Go and expand it. Go ahead.
No, teacher, I don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, of course you don't know. You haven't even tried.
I tried. Here,
Okay,
here,
then go and expand it.
there is nothing. Here,
Go and expand n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3.
n minus NC2. No, nothing. 5, 2, no, nothing. Negative 2, 2, no, nothing. NC4, nothing. 5n minus 4, nothing. Negative 2, 4, 2, nothing. 24, nothing. The only thing I feel like that's the same is just this part. But we cancel it out, so it's redundant.
Just put it in. Just put it in first and then look for it. Okay.
What do you mean by put it in?
Why did you do NC2 separately? Why did you do NC2? Because the fraction contains NC2. So put it in. Why did you do NC4? Not because you have enough time, but because the fraction contains it. So put it in. Yeah, put it there. Just put it. Why is there a 4 factorial on top? Hey, what's going on here? This is very confusing to me already. NC2 is on top, NC4 is on the bottom, and now you go and mix it up.
Oh my.
Goodness me.
Minus 2, 2.
Now, look for opportunity to cancel
Wait,
n and
minus
n
2.
minus 1.
Whatever.
Just put it there first, equal to 25. Look for all the opportunity to cancel. This is what I must teach you. If you don't get this, you won't get the final 3 marks.
You wait. Let me test out my calculator. Wow, that does.
Nice, nice. The 2 and the 4? Yeah. There is at least 2 more opportunity to cancel. I want you to do that. 2 more.
You know, that one I don't know what you're talking about yet.
Hey, come on. Just now you do top and bottom. I'm very proud. You can also do left and right. Come on, man. Come on, come on. Come on, learn all the opportunity to cancel.
What?
You won't
4
regret it.
with 20 with like what?
Can you do
3,
that or not?
like 3 with 25.
Doldor, please. Left and right is governed by Doldor. Doldor.
Okay, I can't imagine Doldor here. No.
What happens?
Okay, tell me. What?
No, the 25 first lah. There's a 5 square at the left and there's a 25 on the right. Is there any Doldor which eliminates both? Is there?
So you mean like that? Like that works? I thought only numerator denominator.
Look, divide by 25 on the left and divide by 25 on the right is a Doldor, right? That's just what Doldor means, right? So
Yeah.
can I do that? Can, right? Will it help me? Will it help you? Divide by 25 on the left, divide by 25 on the right. Okay, so, okay. Now look for opportunity to cancel the 24 on the right and something to the left.
Okay, wait, let me try something. Should be time. Yeah. This is gonna be a 4, obviously.
Yeah, so 4 and 24. Okay. Anything that you can cancel. Okay, anything, please.
4 and 24 says times 4.
Okay, times 4 times 4, then you have a 6. And okay, good. Okay, I won't force you to do the 4 times 3. At least right now, I feel that you have cancelled quite enough lah, to make your life easy. If you don't do this in exam, it's unnecessarily complicated. Now
this will be an n minus 2.
now you have to deal with the n minus 2 and n minus 3 lah, right? And everything else that is left over, but there isn't much law. So you may be able to do it.
Let me actually like.
Now you just do normal stuff, I guess.
So n minus 2, n minus 3, 4 times 3. Why couldn't I just do 12? What am I doing? But can I like teacher? Wait, can this one?
Yeah, but be careful of the Doldor lah. Everything is still governed by Doldor lah. If you do it randomly, I'll whack you lah. Virtually, I'll whack you.
I can divide this by 6, can't I?
The question is, well, what's the Doldor here?
Wait, I get.
What's the Doldor here?
Wait,
right?
Technically, because if there should be, if I times this by, I'll make this.
What's the Doldor?
Wait, then this should be 5 times by 6. Should be 2, 5 because 1, 5. Yeah, so I can times this by 6 and times this by 6.
Now, the times 6, I agree, but what happens on the left lah, right? What happens on the left? And you will be wrong. If you do that, you will just be wrong lah. You're not respecting the below fraction. You're not respecting the below fraction. So you have one more problem now. You have one more problem. This is fraction over fraction. Most people did it wrongly at first, even though in primary school, they only learn something like this. 1 divided by 5 over 4 can become 4 over 5. You know that because 1 divided by 5 over 4 is 4 over 5. You learn this like primary 6 or primary 5, something like that.
Oh, wait, yeah. Wait, what do you say? 1 over 5 over 4 is going to be 4 5 because what?
Because primary 5, you learn 1 divided by 5 over 4 is 4 over 5. Is rather equals to 1 times 4 over 5.
Wait,
and you're not
times
using
3
that.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
You're not using that. Okay. And this will show you that the times 6 doesn't work. Now you gotta look at it clearly and see for yourself that the times 6 don't work lah. Because one is there and one is here, so it doesn't work. The door doesn't work.
Why can't
You cannot force it.
cancel because the numerator?
What's the door that you use? You never ask that. I have to ask that for you.
Why do it? Cross.
Cross is fine. Cross is fine. Canceling no longer available.
Cross positions is numerator, so that should be. It's conveniently so n minus 2, n minus 3 is literally just by itself. There should be n square. Oh my god.
That one you expand lah. Now this one you have no other option but to expand.
So that should be okay. So that's that. Then you be -3 to n times n is n squared. Then n times -3 is -3n. N is finished. N times -3 is -3n. That's finished. That's gonna be plus -2n. -2 times n is -2 times n is -2n. So I have -3n. I have -3n, -3n, and -2n. That's gonna be -5n. It's gonna be -2 times. Let me see. And I can just do quadratic.
Seems fine to me.
We have to move the 72. Right? Yeah. I'll move this up here. There's no space. Six minus n squared minus 1 minus 72 minus 72, 6 minus 72 is minus 66. So n squared is just 1 minus 5. Okay, so 1 n squared minus 5 and minus 66.
And if
that
you
should
press the calculator, if you use your calculator to help you, you'll be able to get certain answers.
I'll get 0 equal n minus 11, n equal plus 6, which
Very
actually
good.
is going to be mean n equal 11 or n. Okay, wait, I know the actual answer because this is positive integers, so it's obvious.
Okay, so to get the last mark, what must you do? Good. At the moment you write reject, your answer is perfect.
Okay, wait, let me make sure. N minus 11, so plus 11 plus 11, so it's n equal 11. Yeah. Then n plus 6 minus 6 minus 6 is n equal, wait, huh? N plus 6 minus 6, it'll be 0, then it'll be over there. So then minus 6, so n equal minus 6. Anyways, yeah, okay. Thank you. Done.
Good.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness, we're very far off. Joshua, I didn't see you just now. I'm so sorry. Joshua, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right.
So,
have you been there for quite some time?
Yeah, but I don't want to
Yeah.
disturb the
Oh
like,
no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Nicholas, yeah, we're done. Yeah. Okay, congratulations. I'll see you next week. Sorry about that,
Bye-bye.
Joshua.
Yeah, no
All
worries, no worries.
Okay, right. Okay. Okay, I am in the hospital because the
Oh, I
last
see, I see.
night with my wife and my baby, but as you can tell, things are moving quite normal. So thank
Right.
God for that. You don't have to worry about it. It's just that if you hear some extra noises, it's because I'm in the hospital. All right,
Okay.
nothing to worry about. You don't have to worry. Okay. Okay. Right. Updates first from you.
We're doing planning for what do you call that? For chemistry.
Planning. Oh, experimental planning,
Yeah, experimental
practicals.
planning,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
practicals. But that's it so far. Yeah, nothing much.
Does it bother you?
No,
Practicals.
I mean for physics, yeah. Planning
Oh,
part usually,
surprising.
yeah, it's quite
Hmm. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. We can talk about it today. Well, I want to talk about practicals anyway, a little bit. Okay. Good. Any other updates?
Um, mm, no, not really.
Mhm. Last year, I have an impression that none of your subject particularly bothers you, right? Neither chemistry or physics. You're saying that the class is good and you can do them well, and it seems that your other subjects are also like that. Um,
Mm,
this year, the main difference is that it happens across all the subject, no? Like you're saying that you're tired and feeling a bit burnout, right?
yeah.
Uh, is is it still true? Meaning, what happens from last year? The subjects are doesn't actually bother you too much, lah. Still true this year or not?
Um, yeah, not too much. Yeah, not too
Mm.
much.
The class is still good. The questions are still there. The exercises, everything still seems quite fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing particular change. No topics are particularly very difficult. That kind of thing.
Not really. No.
If physics practical is bothering you, is because last year physics practical was bothering you also. That kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So nothing particularly changed from last year, right? This is also true for all the other subjects. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
Um,
Roughly, lah.
roughly.
So throughout this, more than 3 months, right? The main difference is still your burnout, right?
Mm, mm,
In that sense, if your burnout is cleared somehow, then everything will return to, last year. And if it is not cleared, you have to learn to live with it, and you have to expect a certain decrease in your results, lah. Something like that, lah, for now. Something like that.
mm.
Which I don't suggest that you accept as a given. I don't suggest that you accept your burnout as a given, but I'm just checking the subject first. Okay, understood. So I definitely want to talk about the practicals for a while today. Can I confirm there is no other update?
No.
Okay. So again, I'm not sure where Richard is, but I think Richard has his own burnout. I feel. Yeah, I told you before, right? So why am I
Mm,
telling you this? Not because you are special or Richard is special, but people get burnouts. Okay, people do get burnouts. Okay, and we have to deal with them either in a healthy way or in a ineffective way or in an unhealthy way. We all still must make a choice, and sometimes it is difficult to make the right choice when we are burnout, because burnout takes away almost all our usual discipline or usual habit. Burnout basically cuts away our good habits, the one that you have to do with certain willpower. Okay?
mm.
Makes it harder to do the right. So I'm telling you this not so that you can compare yourself with Richard, but remember, everybody do experience burnout. I experience, right? Okay. Now I'm not talking about burnout today, right? I'm just saying that today probably will be alone. I'll just check for Richard for now.
Mm, okay.
Mm. We are not as, oh dear, you see, See, his mom is WhatsApping me already. Right. Thanks for waiting. So now the practical first. Let me confirm that I haven't talked to you about the general way to deal with MCQ and practicals, because that's what physics and chemistry is, right?
Yeah.
Have I talked to you about that? I have not, so I'll just confirm that. Joshua. So roughly speaking, paper 2 is 50%. Practicals is 20%, MCQ is 30%. You are aware of this?
MCQ is 30%, practical
Yeah.
is
It's 20%. So practical is smaller than MCQ, smaller, way smaller. Go to the Jamboard and page. Okay, okay. Yeah. So one more time, huh? So practicals is 20%. MCQ is 30%, and that's at the last, right? We already have the O-level schedule. I already checked it out. Confirm the MCQ for Chem, Physics, and Bio, right? Chem, Physics are around 8 days distance, 8 days at least distance from the last major paper. 8 days is a lot of days. I confirm already. Okay. So then there's a paper 2 Chem, right? This is either Chem or Physics, the same thing. So if I haven't, I should be telling you something that you shouldn't learn MCQ at all right now. If your goal is A1, you should be focusing exclusively for paper 2 for 2 reasons. Because MCQ doesn't really help with paper 2. They have a very different way of dealing with. No matter how fast you are with MCQ, it doesn't help you be fast or be proper with paper 2. Because A1 is a little bit demanding. But the reverse is true. If you are already preparing for paper 2, you are already preparing for MCQ. That is much more truer than the other way around. Okay. So those are the 2 big reasons why if you practice MCQ right now, in prelim, your MCQ is good. Your paper 2 is bad. You still have a long way to go for A1. But if I reverse the process, paper 2 is good, MCQ is bad, there is no concern at all because in these last 8 days of O-level, you will be able to practice your MCQ for chemistry and physics until you're sick of it. Like really until you're sick of it. So if you don't touch your MCQ at all right now until 8 days before O-level MCQ, your MCQ will still be excellent because you have so many time to deal with those 2 things. I'm talking about at the end of O-level, 8 days. Okay. Yeah. So believe me later, that's why I almost focus exclusive paper 2. I'll just say it to you. Like again, I'll just show you near prelim, right? Right now, I'm just telling you. So MCQ, we can forget about it for now, even though the goal is basically 36 out of 40 marks. Basically, this amount of goal for both chem and physics is totally attainable even if you just touch it after everything else is finished. Okay, remember, partly because paper 2 prepares you for MCQ, not so much the other way around. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So in prelim, I really want to see your paper 2. Like for example, your paper 2 is the mark is around it's 50 plus 30. This is section A, section B, right? Okay. So for section B, I'm targeting you around 20, 23 is already like very good. 23, and here is 42, which is harder. Okay. 45 minutes, 1 hour, right? To break it down further, 45 minutes usually means around 7 plus 7 plus 8, something like that. 7 plus 7 plus 8 is 22, right? So maybe I put this at 20. This is actually fine. So for the 3 questions in section B, 7, 7, 8 is totally fine. Very achievable if you practice. Totally not achievable if you don't practice properly. and totally achievable when you do it first, not last. At last, you will panic one. 1 hour 45 is not a lot of time. Okay,
Okay.
right? So the practice for section A, section B, blah, 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 yada, yada. Now, let's talk about practicals. Practical is 30% at 20%. Now, this is my experience with practicals. Tell me if I fool you or not. The worst that my student will do, let's say they're very bad at practicals. Let's say your physics practical is very bad at confusing. They get 12 out of 20, look, that's very bad.
Mm.
The best that my student can get will be 17 out of 20. And I'm telling this that maybe certain schools are very good at preparing them with practicals, and they somehow are attuned to that practical. It's still 17 out of 20. It's still like that. And the worst, no matter how bad they say, is still 12 out of 20. It's not really that bad, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
If you're very good, you're really not that bad. And you're really not that good in total. If you're bad, you're really not that bad in total. This, just put it this way, is a difference of half a grade. I'll give you an example. So if you're good at practical, it's easier for you to get a better grade by half. If you're very bad, then by half. Okay? Now, in reality, you'll probably reach 13 or 14 in reality. Okay? Make sense?
Right.
This is the reason why practicals shouldn't take too much of your worry. Number one. Secondly, no matter what, practicals are very difficult to practice. It's very ironic. It's called practicals, and yet your practice options are very limited.
Mm.
Everybody, however, is fair. Everybody is fairly treated that way. Okay, and your school is good, reasonably not chaotic, so you should have slightly better practice time than the rest, no matter how bad thing you are. Okay, all those things should be facts. Am I clear so far?
Right.
I can
Yeah.
help you in certain way, I can, but obviously our tuition don't have a practical component. Having said all that, no matter what you do, you'll probably get 14 for physics and maybe 16 for chemistry, if that's your best and worst. That is very acceptable, and you can always make it up with your MCQ and your paper too, even if your goal is A1. One more time, even achieving 12 out of 20 doesn't eliminate the chance of getting A1.
Mm.
If your paper 2 MCQ is good, that's obvious. Burnout will be a much better, or a much more determining factor, not practicals. Got to be clear about this. Okay. I hope the number convince you instead of confuse you. If there's anything you want to clarify, please do first.
So the goal for MCQ is 36.
Out of 40, which is 90%.
Right.
Which, as weird as it sounds, I want you to seriously practice this 8 days before it. And I guarantee you it will be more than enough. You're going to be sick of it in a good way. This is with noted, you don't practice MCQ at all. I mean, at all. You just focus exclusively on paper 2 because achieving your goal for paper 2 is harder. I'll show you the many, many reasons why that is just harder.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, yeah. Almost certainly reach. Okay, so that is how I suggest all my students, physics and chemistry, to deal with their O-level. Focus exclusive paper 2. Have I shown you? Oh, okay, I want to show you something. I show something. Again, is it okay for us to discuss the strategies right now?
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with
good.
that.
Good. Okay, so I'll show you more. Okay, because when you're burnout, if I say that the way to do it is not as bad as you think, it's already, somehow not making you more tired, if that makes some sense.
Mm,
Makes some sense. Okay,
mm,
that's one of the reasons why I want to talk about it right now, because it's actually easier or more concrete than what most people think. Getting A1 is not that mysterious, nor is it hard. The problem is more like people do it wrongly. I feel. I feel. So I want to come on. Hey, where is it? Okay. Oops. That's weird. So, there you go. Got it. Okay, got it. I think I can. Okay, okay. I'm gonna share a screen for. Yeah. Okay, got it. Um, how do I share? Okay. Now, this is the complete O-level schedule. Most people don't see this because you have your own personal schedule already. However, that personal schedule is only delivered to you like close to prelim. Okay. Now, show you something. Okay, there you go. Now, I want you to look at the things I write here. For example, I write Monday, right? Monday is the start of the week lah. There you go. You see that?
mm.
Monday is the start of the week, so this is another Monday. From this Monday to this Monday is 1 week long. If that makes sense.
Right.
So this is the Monday of 21st October, right? You have geography, you have mathematics, you have chemistry, paper 2. There you go. Okay, paper 2 there. Chemistry paper 2, and then you have math, and then you have A math. Okay, so in this week, do you take geography or history?
History.
Okay, so your first Monday is history, right? That's your Monday. Then obviously everybody takes E math. And
Mm,
obviously almost everybody take chemistry, including you. And then E math, and then A math. Correct?
mm.
This is, I believe, the most killer week. It's not that bad, but every day you have something that you want to score well. Let me confirm that you still want to score well for your history,
I don't take pure, I take combined.
which is, oh, it's
At
here,
the
so it's
bottom,
better.
yeah.
Yeah, it's there. So it's better. It's better for you, slightly better for you. Okay. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Is it not at
something
the
like that.
bottom? Like the revised one?
The revised.
260 Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh
that's
no no.
SS. I can
Oh right,
almost
okay.
confirm that that's SS.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, this is SS. This is SS, which
Right,
is
right.
next week. Lo. SS is next week. The previous week is the history.
Mm,
That means this is like the Friday of the previous week, something like that. Okay, this makes some sense.
right.
Okay, now let me show you where AMAT is. AMAT is paper 1 here on Friday, right? Correct. So I'm gonna scroll. And where's the other AMAT? There you go. The other AMAT is exactly on Monday also. You see that? Did you see that?
Mm,
So the next Monday, yeah, the next Monday is not so good. You have to deal with SS in the morning, and then you have to deal with AMAT at the evening, at the afternoon lah. Okay. After the previous Friday AMAT, it's not that bad, but it's also not the best thing. Can you? So your AMAT will struggle the most, but if you prepare for it, you'll be fine one. You'll be totally fine. Okay. Now, regarding chemistry. Okay, all my markings are off already, so I'm going to just delete them. Back to the Monday. Okay, here. Okay, there you go. So if you prepare your chemistry well, this is your paper 2. Your paper 2 is sandwiched between EMAT paper 1 and EMAT paper 2. If that makes sense? And after that, you still have to deal with AMAT, so to speak. So this is math, chemistry, math, AMAT. And then you cannot take too much of a break. You have to deal with SS and AMAT immediately for the next Monday. And there's still more coming on next week. Am I making any sense so far?
Okay. Right.
So if you prepare for your paper 2 long before, and do not care too much about MCQ, well, obviously your paper 2 will fare better, obviously. But people do the reverse. People want to prepare for MCQ first because MCQ offers a faster route to improvement. They feel better, they feel they understand more. And MCQ is slightly easier to prepare than paper 2. Most people don't use strategy for paper 2. Most people don't use strategy for paper 1. So I guess that's why MCQ feels easier. That is not very helpful when your paper 2 chemistry is in between math and then another math, where you practically cannot breathe too much, basically. Not very helpful. I want you to be very prepared for your paper 2 so that your math and your AMath can breathe. I am guessing that math is also important for you, and that's why. And that's why. So there's a lot of reason why I want your paper 2 to be prepared, your MCQ not so much, because it benefits your other subject, mainly speaking. In the last other years, for example, Jojo Gege years, Jojo Gege years was like, I don't know, 4 years ago, right? The paper 2 of chemistry is in a worse position. Do you know where that is?
Where?
It's something like this. Monday SS, morning. AMath, paper 2 in the afternoon. That's the next Monday. And then immediately, the Tuesday morning is paper 2 chemistry. It's so bad. It's really so bad. Okay.
Because you have to prepare for SS and then
you have to prepare for SS and AMath without a breather, and then you go back sleep because you're very tired, and then immediately the next morning is chemistry paper 2. Of course, people die.
Yeah.
Of course. And then it still is followed up by paper 2 of physics. It's crazy.
Wow.
So back
Okay.
then, the killer was second week, and nobody seems to be preparing for it. I mean, basically, their strategy is just do their best. Now, you can already predict what will happen. You see, you'll just burn out. You'll just burn out basically after AMAT paper 2, because AMAT paper 2 and AMAT paper 1 is very hard and tiring. It takes a lot of your energy. So now the schedule is better, fair, better for everybody. Back then, the schedule is worse, fair, worse for everybody. You get it? That's the only redeeming factor. It's worse for everybody. It's not just worse for Jojo and Gege, Right now, the schedule is better for you, but it's fair, it's better for everybody. Still, imagine if you panic with your chemistry paper 2 and you realize that you don't have much time. So you're going to dedicate quite a lot of time to prepare your paper 2 on those few days. Then what happened to your AMath? Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? What happened to your math? Your math probably will survive because your maths, you still are quite fresh. Tuesday math, paper 2 chemistry, a bit panic, but you go on well, then you do another paper 2 math, which is slightly harder. But then you will be tired by the end of AMath paper 1, which is very hard because AMath paper 1, the topics are very unpredictable. You have to deal with it. Okay, so if your paper 2 chemistry is not prepared well, you'll be fine at the expense of your AMath. Simple, right? Very predictable one. Right. And I do not want that to happen. Back then, it was A math, then chemistry paper 2. So I have even more incentive to prepare you beforehand. I have way more. Because paper 2 chemistry will be the last remaining bits of your energy if you don't deal with it. Right now, I'm getting a better slot. It's chemistry paper 2 first, and then A math. I am still emphasizing the same thing because it's just the same thing. I don't want you to score well at the expense of another subject. That's not a very mature way of studying, so to speak. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Right. So don't be fooled by the nice schedule or the nice position of chemistry paper 2 because your other subject will be affected. Okay.
Mm.
I'll show you the next week just to show you whether the next week is difficult or not. Okay, you check it out yourself. The next week you have SS, correct? You have SS, and then you have AMAT, correct? So that's the heavy Monday lah.
Yeah,
Heavy Monday. On Tuesday, do you have?
physics.
Oh, you have physics paper 2. So the one that is going to be killed is physics paper 2.
Right.
If you don't prepare, if you don't, can you imagine this? After a heavy first week, then the second week, the Monday is SS AMAT, and then immediately on Tuesday, you have to do physics.
Hmm.
When in the world do you have time to revise your physics?
Before,
I'm sorry, you're saying?
like before,
So after A math paper 2, right? Which you will be very tired,
yeah.
correct? Which means for everybody taking pure physics, very likely they take A math also, right? That's just what happened. Right? If you take pure physics, likely you take A math 1 lah. So for everybody taking pure physics, this is going to be fair. Everybody will be rather tired or very tired by then. This is where your early preparation will shine. Something like that. Just by knowing this, I hope you're motivated to study for your paper 2 physics way ahead, apply strategy, whatever, blah, 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 and then be at peace when O level starts. Because frankly speaking, you cannot study paper 2 physics until Monday night, which is kind of like a tiring night, I would rather you sleep, frankly speaking. Okay, so that's for paper 2 chemistry and paper 2 physics. For the remaining of the week, you will have, I don't know, you don't have literature, right?
Sorry?
You don't have literature, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, lah. So the rest of the week, you end already. You basically end at physics paper 2. That's it. No more. History is done, right? You don't have pure geography, you don't have literature, you don't do POA the next Monday, you don't do biology. So you're going to have a lot of long break until
Mother tongue.
Mother tongue is unless you're doing higher. You're not doing higher what?
No, I'm not.
You are doing mother tongue, really? Eh? Wait, what? Oh, mother tongue paper 1. Oh, I mean, okay lah, mother tongue. Mother tongue. And then the next Monday, you will. Oh no. The next Friday, look at that. The next Friday, there will be your MCQ. Look there. On the same day, you have MCQ chemistry and MCQ physics. There, on the Friday. Did you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
How far is that from 8th of November? How far is that from your paper 2 of physics? You're basically your major paper lah before this. That's almost 2 weeks lah. 1.5 week lah. 1.5 week. That's where the 8 days come from. In the middle, you have our mother tongue. If you don't mind me, I'll pretend mother tongue is easy lah. Won't bother you too much. So this is my suggestion to all my students. You're going to start learning MCQ after you rest for 1 day after physics paper 2. So physics paper 2 is Tuesday, you rest for 1 day, in fact 2 days is fine, and then you start preparing for your MCQ, everything is going to be fine. I hope this makes some sense to you.
Right.
Right. Any question so far?
No.
Right. back to your MCQ and practicals. So practicals will happen like 1.5 week before the first week, so to speak, the week of math and everything. So usually most people have time to practice for practicals. I mean, have time to prepare mentally. It's just a warm up, and it's probably gonna be fine. No matter how bad you get, you'll still get something nice. It's something enough. I'm sorry. Okay. So I've given you all the numbers. Any question on these numbers? These numbers are for A1, minimum numbers.
If I, for example, don't meet the numbers, but then if I don't get 90 for MCQ, how does it affect the rest of my?
So paper 2 is the important thing. So are you getting 42 out of 50 and 22 out of 30 for paper 2? With practice, no, pretend first. Okay, maybe if I put it this way. MCQ, yeah, and paper 2 is long done before MCQ, right? So just by evaluating roughly, you would know how well you get for paper 2, right? You would know. So let's say you did get for chemistry, you did get all this, let's say. Okay.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, this is around 80%. Which no wonder is no wonder if you get paper 2 80%, no wonder you do get A1. There's no wonder.
Yeah.
Will you be able to score 90% for MCQ? Well, my question is this. If you get 80% for paper 2 in the midst of a troublesome week, okay? Troublesome week, you do get 80%. Well, what are your chances of getting more than 80% for MCQ?
That's true. Because
you get what I mean?
More reliant.
Right. To be fair, this is in one day. To be fair, this is in one day. But this is 1 hour, but it's not that long. In fact, the time is the constraint in MCQ. If people have more time than 1 hour, people can usually score higher. So the practice later on you see for MCQ is more on the time limit. How do you deal with the time limit so that you can think more? But remember, MCQ doesn't require to write at all. MCQ requires you to think. It's pure thinking. You don't have to. You don't have your English to hinder you, right? You always worry about your English, right? And construct this sentence to understand. Well, that's not the problem in MCQ. I would say that MCQ plays to your advantage, lah. Then again, it also plays to everybody's advantage. So it's fair. So if you can get 80% for paper 2 in a difficult situation, then certainly you can get more than 80% for MCQ in an easier situation. Everything about MCQ is just easier than paper 2. This is given 2 days of rest, after your paper 2 physics. Given 2 days of rest. Do you understand what I'm saying? After 2 days of rest, you have 6 days to practice for your mother tongue. I'll pretend that mother tongue that is 6 for, and for your MCQ chemistry and physics. I mean, at that point, you would have practiced like 10 MCQ for both, minimum. Minimum, without doing much practice beforehand. Really, you'll get sick of it. So if you already prepare until you're sick of it, and you still don't get 90%, then I mean, at that point, nobody can blame you, and you shouldn't blame yourself also, lah. I mean, you get what I mean? Maybe the MCQ is just difficult. I don't know. That happens. Right?
Right.
You shouldn't worry about MCQ. You shouldn't. You should prepare very well for paper 2. And that's it. Paper 2 is your greater challenge, as with for everybody else.
Okay.
And that's why we always talk about paper 2. Okay? We always talk about it. Okay, remember my minor promise. If you just talk about paper two, your MCQ will take care of itself. So in prelim, your MCQ will be lower than everybody, but your paper two will be higher than everybody. And that's where you know you're on the right track for O level.
Okay.
Okay. You do not want the same thing. You do not want your MCQ to be like everybody and your paper two to be, worse like everybody. You don't want that. Really. Doesn't help at all during O level schedule. It really doesn't help. It really doesn't help.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Now I say this to all my students because I care about the other subject also. Anything to clarify?
No.
All right. Okay. I didn't actually talk much about practical, but the reason is because no matter what, the effect is half a grade. That's it. Effect.
Right.
Okay. The effect of MCQ is greater. The effect of paper two even greater. And that is the general strategy of maximizing your result, history and physics, nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully that does not make you feel even more tired. In the end, I'm still thinking about your burnout. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Right.
Now, what do you want to talk about since there's only two of us? Right? Do you want to talk about more chemistry? It's fine. More physics? That's fine. Or we can talk about ways to deal with your burnout because that is even more important than paper two, I feel.
I don't know. I think at this point, I think like I've gotten all the rest that is like given to me, I think. So I think I'm just being lazy at this point. I think I just need to get back. I think I've rested enough and then I just need to actually start doing work. Because I think it's getting back the interest and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Oh.
sure?
I mean now I feel like subjects are more fun, yes. More
Good.
fun to
Good.
study, more fun to learn. But I
So you
think
are. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
my I'm just I just need to get out of the lazy habit to like not practice and all that. So I think I just need to not be lazy, I guess.
So
Yeah.
you're saying that if I ask you to practice more, you will.
I guess I will. Yeah. Yeah, I
Hmm.
think I will.
Okay. Okay. Now, then my last comment about your burnout. Of course, I'm glad that it's no longer there. I'm glad. Uh, my last comment is something like this. Hmm, you will be having SA1. Do you think your school will give you an SA1 like maybe after June, maybe then and that is something different for prelim? You think that will happen? Do you think that will happen?
Think so. Maybe.
Okay,
I don't have a schedule yet. Yeah.
right, right. So let's pretend for a while. Let's pretend that that's the case. So let's pretend that your June will be spent to prepare exam because SA1, and that's not prelim. Prelim is like early September, maybe something like that. So early July and then early September. So 2 months, and then mid of October, you'll be doing your O level. That is the most a school should give anyway. A school gives more than that, useless already. That's actually reducing the result of the students. Too much practice, too little rest, right? Something like that. Okay? So let's pretend your school does that, ask you guys to do that. That means your June holiday will not be much of a holiday. The mood is not there. if that makes sense.
Mm.
The mood is to study or prepare for the SA1. And then after SA1, there isn't much time to prepare also. The mood is to prepare for prelims, right?
Right.
And then after prelim, the mood is not much of a rest. The mood is to prepare for O-level. Okay. By right, for most people, this is too much already. Yeah, by right, your body will naturally demand you to rest, to be lazy if you want, to stop being productive for a while. Actually, doing that will refresh most people, right? But I don't think the way the schedule is, the school schedule kind of, or maybe put it this way, does your school automatically give you a breathing space after exam? The natural breathing space is when they are checking the exam and then they discuss the question. At those 1 week, so to speak, there isn't much happening. So people basically just get their rest there lah after exam, after a long exam. Does that happen?
Yes, so
I cannot hear you.
I guess so.
All right. Then Joshua, it goes something like this. Okay, I promise this is my last comment for your burnout, right? Now, you can deal with your burnout any way you want. You should learn that you know yourself. Okay, people deal with burnout slightly differently. However, if the way you deal with your burnout after SA1, let's call it SA1, the exam after June, you will experience burnout because the holiday is not really a holiday. So after exam, you will experience some burnout naturally, and you should be resting. You deal with it. And then you can compare it with the way you deal with your burnout during prelim, something like that. If the way you deal with it is lacking or worse in prelim, the burnout will carry forward to O-level, and that is where I intervene. If you are in a serious case of burnout after prelim, I will intervene. If not, everything will degrade one. That is what I ask you to do. I will not intervene before that.
Okay.
If, however, I don't intervene after prelim, if things are really bad, if things are good, there's no point of intervening. Okay, but if things are really bad, and you find that your burnout is really bad after prelim, that is the last moment I can intervene. If not, there is no point already. Too close to O-level. Okay, if that makes sense, right? Because a burnout will take away one grade at least from every subject. If that makes sense to you. That's at least. So you're endangering your total grade by 5 grades. That's at least already 5 to 6. That's at least. That's a bit too much for me to ignore. Too much. Okay. So that's it. That's all I'm saying. If the way you handle your own burnout is worse in prelim compared to SA1, then let me intervene after prelim. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Deal, yeah? Okay, then you can forget about Kindle and everything. Okay, very happy. All right, so today, is there anything else you want to ask regarding the strategy?
No, not really.
All right,
I feel like I should
then
do,
what you should do today, right? You can do whatever you want. What do you want?
I feel like I should do physics, but I'm not that I'm not struggling as much in my we'll just do chemistry.
Hmm. Mhm. No, 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 no. Let's put it another way. Your chemistry is stronger right now. Or rather, maybe your chemistry has always been stronger than physics. Am I correct?
Um, somewhat.
And of course, you can continue making it stronger. That's not a bad thing, right? But I would like to show you paper 2 physics and the portion of Sec 4 paper 2 physics. Have I shown you before?
No, not yet.
All right. Okay. I believe in chemistry, at least you have an idea already, right? Okay. The fact that I show you, oh, there's going to be, I told you last week, so there will be at most 3 OChem questions. They'll be mixing topics, blah, blah, blah. They will force you to at least 2, that kind of thing. So you know how important OChem is, right? Now for physics, right? So I'll just share screen with you. There you go. Okay. The screen sharing is not working, so let me try again. Okay, so random school, please.
I see Singapore Chinese girls.
Singapore Chinese girls. Okay. Singapore Chinese girl, we're gonna skip the MCQ. Oh, no. I'm gonna show you a little bit of MCQ, which is the last few parts. Okay, you know that in MCQ, you know that you're already learning electricity, right? Okay, so there you go. Question 30 is already electricity, obviously, right? The LDR and everything, right? So starting then, 30, 31, electricity, right? 32, electricity, 33, electricity, 34, static, 35, circuit, 36, your induction, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So that's slightly more than 1/4 lah, of Sec 4 physics, something like that. Okay, if you count the wave, it's even more. So, but we're ignoring MCQ, right? Oh, no, ignoring. Now let's go to paper 2. Okay, do you know what this topic is, right? This is your, Sec 1 stuff, Sec 3 stuff, right? Forces and everything, total distance. This is upward force, so no matter what, is graph reading, whatever, this is still going to be your Sec 3 stuff, still forces and everything, so no surprises. This is most likely either pressure or moment. Right? In fact, it's both. I think pressure there and then also fall over, tilting are definitely moment question. Oh, looks like there's another moment question, right? Nothing too difficult about that. Now you have your wave. This looks a lot like a critical angle and maybe, total internal reflection. This looks like your pressure from Sec 3. This is
no, thermal physics.
Thermal physics, so no surprises there at all. So one question. Finally, question 7. This is now electricity or magnetism or induction already. Okay, definitely already. This is a circuit breaker. A circuit breaker is not taught in detail in O level. Why am I saying this? They give you a very detailed drawing of a circuit breaker because it is never shown in normal syllabus. Again, why? Why are they doing this?
Because to test your unfamiliar.
Right? Because in paper 2 chemistry and paper 2 physics, same thing one. You'll have 2.5 of unfamiliar questions. Here's one. Okay. The diagram is the reading question of physics. A reading question of physics will involve either graphs, unfamiliar graphs, or circuits or diagrams, unfamiliar diagrams. They don't want you to read article 1. So it's unlike chemistry. In a chemistry, the reading comprehension question will involve a lot of reading and some data. You know what I'm talking about, roughly? In physics, the reading is never a lot of English. It will be drawing. For good or for bad, that's what it is. So if you don't understand how this simple circuit breaker works, doesn't look simple at all, frankly speaking. If you don't understand why it doesn't, how it works, you can either skip or you can practice, so to speak, reading it already. This is a good practice. And the electricity magnetism topics in Sec 4 provides a lot of opportunity for this kind of unfamiliar diagram. if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
They will almost certainly do it there. The same thing with OCaml. No? OCaml provides a lot of opportunity for them to just plug in something new. It's just inexhaustible. It's just too easy to introduce something new, something like that. Yeah. So this is question 7. Okay, we'll talk about it very soon. But question 7, only 5 marks. But look at that, 4 marks. Explain how the circuit breaker works. Hey, 4 marks to understand. Ta-da. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Unfamiliar question, right? Question 8. Does it look familiar? Does it look familiar?
No.
No.
Definitely not
Although
familiar.
simpler, yeah. Simpler than just now, right? What is this? A rechargeable electric toothbrush. Okay. Same thing, no? You gotta read this, read that, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, explain how, whatever,
Oh,
explain how an EMF is produced in order to recharge the cell. After you practice this, you'll find that this is quite standard, but the drawing may scare some people, or the drawing, some people will ignore. You shall neither do both. You shall neither ignore or be scared about it. You shall practice dealing with it. Okay. The exam paper you choose randomly, right? I
yeah.
didn't say SCGS. I guarantee you in North Vista, Methodist Girl, whatever, it's the same thing one. There will be 2.5 unfamiliar question, and most of the time they will include the electricity and magnetism topic because it's just too easy to make unfamiliar.
Because there's a lot of like tools and all that, right?
Yeah. Some of them say electric guitar. Nobody has actually seen a diagram of electric guitar, right? Electric toothbrush. I don't know, camera sensor, the moving parts, just too many things that you don't know. Too many things. Yeah. Doorbell, I don't know, aircon, washing machine. You get what I mean, right? You get what you just have to understand what they're giving you. No other option. Okay. So anyway, that's 7 and 8. End of section A. This is not even section B. You get what I'm saying? Not even section B. Can you imagine that? I'm telling you, yeah, you're supposed to do section A in 1 hour. Sounds a bit scary, right?
Mm.
Which one is scarier? Do MCQ, get 90% in 1 hour, because that's what MCQ is. Or do section A, get 42 out of 50 in 1 hour. Which one is scarier?
Section A.
Yeah,
Sure.
even though it's only 80%, 80% of section A 1 hour is scarier than MCQ 90%. I don't know why. It's like that. And therefore, you practice for it from now on. And therefore, if you're successful in prelim, that's really something. Really something. Okay. And another reason why it's scarier because you still have section B to contend with. Correct or not? Which
Mm.
is, let's see, section B. Answer all the question in this section. Answer any one of the two. Hey, same thing with chemistry, right? Same thing. Same thing. In chemistry, the first question of section B is always the longest one in chemistry. Let's see whether section B in physics is like this. Let's check it out. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Have you heard about earthquake, primary wave, secondary wave, surface wave? Have you heard about it?
Nope. No.
Neither have I. Surprise. Surprise. But at least the first question is not scary, right? Explain the difference between longitudinal and transverse wave. That's okay. Okay, easy one.
Mm.
Warm up. Okay. Oh my goodness, there's a seismograph. You are supposed to understand how seismograph works. The heck?
It detects the transfers, right?
If the earthquake is transverse lah, but you go and read for a while. So primary waves are
Mm.
longitudinal, secondary wave are transverse. Surface waves are also transverse. So you're dealing with two.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
This is me reading the question. I'm not boasting my knowledge. I've never seen this question before. You gotta understand this. It's not that
Okay.
I have seen this question and then I'm boasting about my knowledge of the answer key. I don't know what's the answer key. The way I discuss to you is fair one. I don't know, you don't know. What do I use when you don't know and I don't? Right? I read. I already read the table one. I'm already expecting that the table will give me the information I need. You you look at this one first and you think, oh, it's transverse, right? No. The vertical earth motion, picture 9.2 is transverse. The 9.2b is clearly not
I see.
transverse.
Okay.
It's longitudinal. But I confirm because I read. Okay?
Right,
Fair, yeah?
right.
Reading is important. So don't let it scare you when I say you gotta understand this, you gotta understand. It means just have to read lah. You have to read. Okay, whatever. The point is, first question is very long, correct? For how many marks? 1 mark,
4.
another 1 mark, 4 marks so far, and then another graph. Oh, crazy, right? See, I told you. The
I
reading
saw.
questions are either graph or drawing. Either one. Another 2 marks, all right? 2 marks, 2 marks, total 10, correct? Total 10. Section B always 10, 10, 10. Correct or not?
Mm.
Okay, so whether you can do it or not is 10 marks. What's the goal here? 788 or 778. I think 778 is fine. Okay, keep in mind the goal. The goal is not 10, 10, 10. The goal is 778. Not that bad. However, I strongly suggest that, hey, that topic again. What topic is
What
this?
else?
The one that you haven't done.
Induction.
Yeah, induction, motor, whatever, right? Question 10 is usually the shortest one. See, I mean, 2 page is relatively short. Same thing with chemistry. The middle section B question is always the shortest one. You don't have to do too much reading. It's not really too complicated. Hopefully you can answer quite readily. Okay, which is why I suggest, unless you are in need of a morale boost, unless you need that, do not do question 10 or question 9 first. Do question 11. Why? Because you have to read 2 questions and you have to decide which one is the best. That requires very quick reading and decision making because you only have 45 minutes. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I would like to invite you to read question 11, both question, and practice choosing. Go ahead and read, and then I'll scroll for you. You can clarify it. Okay.
I can do this roll. Sorry.
Okay, I can scroll?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I can scroll.
Yeah, okay, scroll just a minute. I mean, your reading is never a bad one. It's when things are unfamiliar, then you feel a bit like. I think this is the last one.
No, wait, okay. Keep
Okay,
scroll.
so I think I'll scroll to the next question already.
Mm.
A minute, holding my baby.
Mm.
Okay, or go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, all right, okay. Okay, keep going. All right, you can. Okay. All right.
I think it's done.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's practice choosing. Which one will you choose?
The first one.
The first one or the second one?
The first one.
Okay, the first one. Now you go to your Google Drive, you go get the Singapore Chinese Girls School. Right? Go to the last part and choose the first question and then do. Make sense?
Oh wait, but I'm not that familiar.
With,
That's bad.
with first
Uh,
question. With the first question?
yeah. No, I mean like right now, if I
Yeah.
were to choose it in an O-level context, I'll choose the first
Mm-hmm.
one. But if I was
Correct.
to choose it right now, I'll choose the second one.
That's fine because I haven't taught you I haven't taught you advanced, but today you shall practice choosing to your advantage. What's the goal here? How many marks?
7. No, 8,
7.
sorry.
No, the 8 doesn't have to be the last one. Yeah, 7, 7, 8
Oh,
simply
okay.
means anybody can be 8, or it can be 7, 9, 6. You get what I mean? It's okay
Hmm.
one. So go there, choose the last one, do it. Hopefully you'll get 8, maybe 7, right? Okay. I'll stop my screen sharing. Okay.
Wait, yeah. So do I take the second one or the first one?
Uh, Entirely up to you, Joshua. But you
Yeah.
have at least 7 marks for your goal. At
So do
least.
I do it right now if I
Yes,
once
yes.
okay.
And let's pretend you still
Right.
have 15 minutes, right? Because 45 divided by 3, like, let's pretend your choosing time is 0. So you have 15 minutes to try to score 7. Make sense?
Right.
Okay. Keep that in mind and give it a try. Did you get the question? Just
Yeah, I
checking.
got the question.
Okay, all right.
I'm choosing the second one because I don't know the first one.
Right.
So
To be fair,
um
you do sound fresher lah. Than last few weeks. Okay. I will ask you whether you feel tired or not at the end of the tuition, right? Because usually in tuition we are a bit engaged lah, so adrenaline, everything.
oh, uh what else? There's no drag. Free fall, what does that mean? But there's
You
no
don't seem to
friction.
be, yeah, friction.
No, because there's no air resistance, right?
Uh, I don't know. Oh no, he say no. He say no. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He say no. Yes, I
So
agree.
no air
Then
resistance, no friction, no drag, no yeah, air resistance.
mm.
Um
So where's
that's
the
it, no?
third law, right? Where's the third law?
It has to apply to something within free fall. Oh wait, it's pulling it back. It's pulling Earth again, right?
Yeah, so I agree with your FBT of the object. Why are you erasing it? I'm so sorry. Why did you erase that?
No, because I thought I need make space for like the pulling the Earth part. But I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. You can just draw Earth on the line and then you can. It's okay. It's okay. Diagrams. You must remember in physics. Okay, diagrams, formulas are fully acceptable in the explanation. Helps, right? Okay, using a labeled force diagram. Okay, good. Now you say that wait for the object and then wait for the one. Now, to make it clear, usually you use wait prime for the one going up. The earth pulled by the object, you just put it as y prime. That's just a nicer way of writing it, if that makes some sense.
Uh,
Okay, okay. I'll show you what it means. Sorry, show you what it means.
oh wait, is it like this?
Yeah, something like that. So
Okay.
of course they are in the, they're equal in magnitude, but they are opposite in direction, which is your correct. Of the same nature, not very sure what that means. Let's pretend we don't see that for now. So your labeled force diagram, it's already setting you up very well.
Okay.
Very well. Can
No, just
you English it, I guess? They even ask you, right? The diagram. They even ask you for a diagram. It just shows how much they appreciate a good diagram.
as the object is falling. The object is falling due
Towards the Earth due to
the attractive forces. Attractive.
hmm, okay, I mean,
Um,
write something.
I don't know. I should write something.
Okay, but remember, you're in a time constraint, so no matter what, you should continue doing it first because your goal is not 10 marks, right? Your
Hmm.
goal is 7 marks. Let's see how much we get, right? Maybe the first part is not your best one, but who cares if you could get a total of 7? Who cares? You chose to focus on B. Okay, sure. feel that you chose to deal with the hardest part of the question first. Really?
Is it the hardest one?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the part one, no lah. The part one is clearly okay.
Oh, okay. Good.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Okay. You don't seem to be too bothered by the question, which I like a lot. Not good.
It's not this.
You still have 6 more minutes or more.
Oh,
So
oh,
again, I
okay.
think you're quite good. Yeah, you think you're quite
Hmm.
good at it. Mm-hmm.
Nope. The upward velocity of this. Wow, okay. Why does it matter? Why does it
Why does what matter?
the center of gravity? Hmm.
Uh,
1.8.
okay, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. If they say they are the same as assumption, usually assumption is meant to simplify things. So why does it matter? Maybe it doesn't. You don't need to know why it matters. You just have to think simply. Because assumption, like ignore air resistance, is designed to make it simpler. Assumption always works like that one in physics. Assume this. Okay, then I can just basically ignore it. The way you're dealing with it is that assume that this is like that. Then you start to think about it. Actually, assumption is meant for you to don't have to think about it. If that makes some
Right,
sense.
okay.
Okay, so I don't have to think of say, oh, sure, I don't have to think about air resistance, you get what I mean? Oh, I don't have to, bye, Okay, don't deal with it in the wrong way, right?
5.6. Okay.
Tolong tunjukin di sini boleh nggak? Okay, you're drawing something good. Okay, you decide to do this. Okay,
I don't know.
right. It's okay. You still have time. Remember, it's just simulation.
Okay. So it's 3 meters. This is unknown. We know this is 5.6. Oh, wait. Radiant's 10.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 10. Oh. But we almost at sign. Do we even need the time when we don't need
Hey, but you
okay.
have the total distance, right? I think you have that. Wait, hold on. The reason why they give you the maximum height is for a reason, right? If you have the maximum height, it'll make it easier for you. No?
Determine the maximum height of his center of gravity.
Yeah. Which is again, if the word
Wow.
center of gravity confuses you, you
Wow.
probably should
Wow.
look at the
It's
drawing,
four.
lah, right? You should probably look at drawing,
4
lah, right?
meters. Right. Wow. How did I miss that out?
Hey, 4 meters is wrong, okay? But
It's not.
I think 4 meters is wrong. I think 4 meters is wrong.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay, again, part of the reading of the diagram. I think 4 meters is wrong because obviously the guy
Oh,
jumped
maximum
upward.
height. Yeah, right. No.
Yeah. And by the way, you're using the 3 meter also, so you're not comparing center of gravity with center of gravity. Again, your 4 meter also has some mistake in it. There is a reason why they give 0.8, Yep. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's 0.8. Okay. So as you can tell, this is about reading the diagram, right?
Hmm. Wait, I'm so lost. What is happening?
All right, so let's say time is up, okay? Now, let me speak about this simulation. So this is a simulation of exam, right? The feelings that you experience, the way that you want to deal with it, right? Obviously, this question is not the most obvious one. I mean, for 5 marks, is this 5 marks? Sorry, this is 5 marks, right? I think so, right? 1 to 2, I think. Like
Yeah,
C1
5.
is 1 mark. So for 5 marks, things shouldn't be that hard, right? It's just that you're a bit confused, and part of the reason is because you don't read it very well.
No. Okay. Right.
Okay. Joshua, I gotta learn something about my daughter for a while. Could you give me 4 minutes? Can you take a break for a while and then I just continue to summarize? You
Right.
sure, Mike?
Okay.
Yeah, stay. Give me some time. Thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you very much for waiting, Joshua. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
Right. Just learning how to change the diaper. Okay. 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 Let's say that you didn't manage to tackle this question in 15 minutes. Yada yada. Now let me point out all the nice things. Okay. The nice thing is that you learn how to make a choice. Okay. To be fair, in exam, you wouldn't know whether your choice is the right one or not. To be fair, because you don't have time to compare with the other one. You have to make a choice before you do it. Okay. And then you just have to live with it. Okay, and I want you to get used to that fact. Okay, in our practice, I will actually extend the time for 45 minutes to 1 hour. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I want you to do both the option, but something like this. You're going to do your choice first, and then you're going to do question 9 and 10. And then the last 15 minutes, you're going to do your not choice so that you do end up having a comparison. That's good. And by the way, the questions are so different such that you will still learn something useful from it. Let me give you an example. For example, in this question, you actually wanted to choose the other one, correct? So you kind
Yeah.
of want to ignore the third law because nobody likes third law, kind of like, and this center of gravity is confusing you. So maybe in that sense, I believe your first choice might be better. It's just that you don't know the topic yet, right? Okay, but, two things to note. It is true that when you ignore a topic in the option like option A or option 1 or option 2, if you ignore option 2, you will not encounter this topic at all in section A. That's kind of like the rule, if that makes sense. Like, like if there is a third law question in section B, you shall never have that repeat in section A. Why would that be? I mean, third law and center of gravity is not big enough to exist in two questions. if that makes sense. So it is nice to ignore something that is weak. Hey, I know that I'm weak here. Just ignore it. That's good. That's a good thing. But if this is a practice, therefore, it is very nice to actually do it. Then you have a good idea of your own weakness in that sense. So in exam, if it is weak, good to ignore. In practice, oh, it's my weak point. Okay, I'll practice it later. Maybe I'll learn something. So I extend the 45 minutes to 1 hour, something like that. Okay, if that makes some sense. Okay, so okay, but in OChem, it's just a bit different. Okay, please understand. Even if there is section B OChem, it will still have another type of OChem because OChem is so big, they can make it into 2 or more questions, which feels very different. Okay, in physics though, if for example the option that you don't choose is the heat, because let's face it, oh, I don't like heat at all, well, good for you lah. You don't have to deal with heat at all.
Because
In
it's really English. Heat is English, basically.
the English. Okay, this is a lot of English, man, and I hate it.
Yeah, and then you just
Bye, then you
yeah.
just don't choose it. I mean, and that's why it's nice to look at section B last question first, because you get to know what you ignore. It's kind of nice that way once you see the advantage, what you see. Okay, so that's the first thing that you face, you're fresh and whatever. Okay, so yeah, okay. Should we talk about this next time? Of course lah, we should. Okay, we
Yeah,
should. You're a bit
sure.
confused, and I feel that you could have done better, but that's part of the practice. Um, now you have an idea of the practices I will assign you. Look, I will basically, like chemistry, assign you section B practice, like way ahead of prelim. You're going to practice section B, and the section B practice should last only 1 hour. Doesn't matter how much you get. I don't want you to do more than 1 hour. And 1 hour is doing all, by the way, not just 3, right? Doing all. So if in the limit of 1 hour, you can only get 15 marks, you at least know. 15 marks, by the way, is what most people consider quite good in exam. because they don't have much, they don't assign much time to section B. They end up, just having 20 or 25 minutes to it. Right. So 15 marks for 25 minutes is quite big, right? No surprise. If you're aiming for B3, that's totally fine. If you're aiming for A1, that's not good enough. Right? Something like that. So your practices is section B, section A follows, right? Section A will follow one. Section A has its own troubles, but it's still also 1 hour. So after you are comfortable with section B, that will take maybe 1 month or 1.5 months. Then you start to do section A, alternate section B, section A, section B, section A, and soon enough, you'll get used to paper 2 quite quickly. Okay? That's the idea, that's the strategy. After you do it, it will appear simple, even obvious. When I am explaining it, it feels weird or new or complicated or different. When you do it, should feel natural. The reason is because we have to practice in a way that reduces your tension or calm yourself so that all your thinking and creativity can come up, can bubble up. Put it another way, when you cannot do this question, you don't sound very despondent, you don't sound very, depressed just now. You are just trying things out. Maybe if this works, if this doesn't work, you're trying another thing, you are thinking and thinking and thinking. That's my impression from this question from you. Am I correct?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just trying out,
Trying things out. And that's what people should do when things are new. You should try things out. Oh, this doesn't work. Okay, try that again. And that kind of mindset carries you far. Trust me. The mindset of I have to be able to do this is not the best way to deal with paper 2 chem and physics because there's so much unfamiliar things. The mindset of I should try this, try that, try this, try that, after a while will carry you far. The mood that you are doing it is very good. It's almost as if you're discussing with yourself and you just naturally discuss with me. And when I say you are wrong, you're not very concerned. That's part of discussion. That's part of trying things out. That mood is what you must carry into exam. And that mood is what we do in practice. What else are we doing but discussing? Discuss with me and therefore you shall discuss with yourself to try things out. That is what I like about, or what I observe about this simple 15 minutes. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Okay. So from now on, the discussion of the strategy is over. I've given you what I think is best. We just have to do it.
Okay.
We can continue this next week, but I think next week I shall discuss the topic itself in advance. Just like how we discuss OCamp in advance, I will discuss the physics topic in advance, and then you have a more complete picture already. Okay? More complete. Okay? If there is
Right.
nothing else,
Sorry.
if there's nothing else from you,
No, I don't think, no.
no. I'm no longer engaging you. So do you feel tired?
Uh, like it's not, unmotivated, I guess.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. Hopefully next week and next week will be the same. And I will see you by then. All right, Joshua?